Okay, for this week we're going to be exploring a virtual gallery space which has been very kindly set up and put online by the National Gallery of Victoria, one of the galleries in Australia. So what you'll notice if you go to their website is they have a 3D space for the show The Top Arts 2020 that they've set up, and they've recorded themselves walking around the space. And they have been able to embed quite a level of interactivity as part of this experience. So I thought it'd be an excellent opportunity to use it for you to explore the idea of this virtual gallery, to go around and to ask some questions based upon it. Now, what you'll find when you first load up the website is kind of like a play button. As you click on it, it will load up a little bit of a bird's eye view of the gallery space, and you'll see some blue and white circles as you go around it. Now, this works very, very similar to Google Earth in the sense that you can look around the gallery, you can click the floor space, and it will move you to that area, and then you can again kind of like click and drag to move around and see what you can see from within that space. And by moving around the gallery, or moving say like a footstep further along, it gives you different views of the space and the work that's been set up, and even different views of the pieces which are on display on the walls. Now, this week's task is going to ask you, regardless of what grade you are in, first of all to explore the space. So to load up the experience, to move around the gallery, to try and interact with some of the pieces which are interactable by, as you move closer to some of them, you'll notice there are these blue and white circles. By clicking on them, what it will do is it will pull up a little bit of a video which has been recorded with the artist, and you can watch that video either part of the experience within the gallery, or you can open it up in a different tab on YouTube and watch it. Most of these videos seem to have been set up to be about 2 or 3 minutes long, but really start to give a bit of a better experience of who the artist is, who has put the work together, and what this piece means to them. Now, before we separate off into what questions you're going to be looking into this week, some general things to consider as you're going around the space. You should take your time moving around this gallery. If you were to be there in person and to be moving around the space, it's really important that you get a feeling for the whole area that is set up. You're in a really lucky position of not having to try and move through a crowd or having to rush your time through the space. So you can really take your time. You can appreciate the fact that you can move a few steps further along, look around the space, move again, and try and see what different perspectives and views you have on the artwork that's set up. If you notice, for example, whether interactive or not, there's a piece of work that really captures your attention, try and have a look at that from some different perspectives to get an idea of what that piece is really made of, what are some of the qualities of the work. Because maybe by moving a little bit further along, you get a bit of a better view of maybe the texture that has been used or put into the painting, or maybe some of the colors are showing in a different way because of the way the light has caught it from that perspective or from that angle. So take your time to really go through the space, interact with the pieces that are interactive or interactable. Please try to avoid just rushing through the space as quickly as you can. Take your time to appreciate this. This is a nice experience and something which, regardless of where you are in the world, in quarantine at the minute, you get to experience because of the work that some people have put into this. Okay, so the next step, once you've had an opportunity to go around the gallery space, is to answer some questions depending on what grade group you are in. Some grade groups, I'm asking you to put together what's known as a Venn diagram, which is used to compare and contrast the similarities and differences between two pieces of artwork. Some grade groups are getting asked to answer questions on how important it is to be able to visit gallery spaces during a time like this. Some grade groups are getting asked to justify why they chose different pieces of artwork that interested them. I will list those questions below, so if you're not one of my students, you're more than welcome to take part, and you can post your answers below so people can have a look at what your thoughts and opinions are about this online gallery space. If you manage to get through this, what I would suggest, if this is something you are interested in, is to look at the wide variety of different resources available at the minute. Many galleries around the world are opening themselves up to online tours at the minute. So make use of this. This is a really good time to get out and be able to see artwork from the comfort of your home. Wherever you are in the world, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.